everyone, welcome back here. In previous class, we had encountered the many topics like in the last classes. Last video is about that was about that chloroplast. So in this particular video, which is the last one, hope so, because that is depending upon your topic. So in this particular video, that video number you can see here, that is that part number is the 7 of your chapter first, where we are going to encounter the difference between prokaryote and eukaryote with their structure, the difference between the plant and animal cell with its structure, and the most important topic, that is the cell division. So let us start the classes. So we are first going to cover the plant cell and the animal cell. Okay, so first we take the structure of plant and animal cell. So first I'm just drawing here the plant cell. So if you are going to draw the plant cell, so take care about that structure first, because that structure is the hexagonal. With that, a few lines you have to draw extra as a cell wall. As you know, plant cell wall is the thick plus made up of cellulose, hemicellulose and pectin. So here is your plant cell wall. Now the next, because they are having some dead cell and they are not living in nature, so that they are having some more lines. So that is the fibrous line you can see. In between that cell, we have first the nucleus, right? So for the nucleus, you have to draw the nucleus near about sidewise, okay? Because somewhere it is shown that nucleus is present somehow here and here. Clear? So here I am writing in center. I am drawing it is in center. So that dotted line show the nuclear pore, and then nuclear membrane, then after the nucleolus, and in between that we have some thread-like structure which is known as the chromosome, right? The chromatin material, which is the thread-like structure which is going to give rise to your chromosome when it is going to condensed. So here we have some vacuole. In the plant cell, the vacuole is the bigger one. Means that structure of vacuole is always bigger than in animal cell. Here somewhere we have a endoplasmic reticulum. As you know, endoplasmic reticulum is invasculation of your nucleoplasm. So here we have some rough endoplasmic reticulum. Why rough? Because the appearance is rough because of the presence of the ribosome on the surface. Clear? Next we have structures which is known as the mitochondria. Next we have the structure that is the chloroplast. Next we have the structure like the microtubules. Next we have the structure which is the ribosome. Clear? Next we have the structure which is known as the Golgi apparatus. And the next we have the structure which is called the vesicles. Clear? So this is some important structure which is present in case of the plant. Let it labeled. That is the cell wall. Next is the cell membrane, or we can say the plasma membrane. That is your vacuole. That is the ribosome. This one is the Golgi bodies, that is mitochondria. So here you can see this one structure is nothing but mitochondria. Then we have this one chloroplast. So here I am writing chloroplast. Clear? And the microtubules, this one is microtubules. So this is all about the plant cell, and next we are going to draw here somewhere the animal cell. So here I am going to draw the animal cell. As you know, in the case of animal, there is no definite structure and no definite shape. So their shape and structure is indefined, right? And in case of animal, they only have the plasma membrane, and the nucleus is present in between that, or the peripheral side. This one is the peripheral side. So you can draw the nucleus somehow here. Okay. So that is the structure of the nucleus, where the nucleolus is present and the chromatin material is present, nuclear pore is present, nuclear envelope is present. With that, the mitochondria is also present here, and chloroplast is absent as usual. Microtubules are present. Centrosomes are present here somewhere, right? And here your endoplasmic reticulum present. Few structures are the similar if you compare the plant cell and animal cell. And here somewhere we have the rough endoplasmic reticulum, right? And somewhere here we have the Golgi apparatus. So the Golgi apparatus is many in number here, right? And then we have the ribosome, and the structure like the microtubules. Okay, over it is ribosome, it over. Anything left here? Lysosome is also present. Lysosome. Plasma membrane is over. Lysosome over. Centrioles over. Ribosome is always also over. Nuclear envelope, smooth endoplasmic, Golgi apparatus, means most of the organelles are over. And that is actually, I'm just giving the outline here. Okay. Right? So here I am writing some cilia like a structure. I am drawing here. So let me label it. This is your rough endoplasmic reticulum. This is your smooth endoplasmic reticulum. This is the all the nuclear part or the nucleus. Then we have the lysosome. Then we have a chromosome. And this is your centriole, microtubules, mitochondria, okay. So major types or major organelles name is over. Now here you can see the both structure together. Now let's take the difference between that both structure, right? So if you see the first point in case of the plant cell, the first point would be, here I am writing, the first point in the animal cell, that animal cell are usually small in size and the plant cell are the bigger in size. So here I am writing a small size of cell and here that is the size is comparatively larger than the animal cell. So here I am writing comparatively larger in size. The next one point here, the second one, plastid are absent here. Yes, plastid are absent. Here the second point, plastid are present. Plastid are present. The next one point in the animal cell, cytoplasm consists largely or the small vacuole. Means sometimes the vacuole is large and sometimes vacuole is the small. So here we can write the smaller vacuole size, and the size of the vacuole here is comparatively larger. So the large vacuole present, and that vacuole is always occupied the center part, means that you can see here. And here the vacuole is sometimes they are the present in the smaller size and sometimes actually they are negligible sometimes. Clear? In the fourth point, what we see, the nucleus lies in the center of the cell. In the case of the animal, sometime means mostly if you see the structure in your book also and some other way also, means other side also. So what you find in animal cell, the nucleus lies in the center of the cell, whereas here, that fourth point, here the nucleus lies on one side of cell. So you can go with that diagram also, otherwise according to the difference you can make the nucleus as one side. Clear? In case of the plant you can make it at one side and you can make it as the center. Clear? Most of the time they are looking like, but other and means that special condition they are showing this type of structure. Come to the next one, that is the number 5. Golgi apparatus is present here, right? Prominent Golgi apparatus is present here, and here they means that Golgi apparatus is present but in a segmental part. Clear? So here it is present prominently. Golgi bodies present prominently, and here they are present in the segmental form which is known as the dictyosome. So the Golgi body consists of several subunits called dictyosome. So in case of the plant cell, they lack the centriole. Okay, centriole absent. Instead of centriole, they have cell plate, and it is going to arise at the time of the cell division. Here, that is the number 6. And here the number 6 is, they have the centriole, means in the animal cell they have centriole. So that is all about your plant cell and the animal cell, right? Next part is about the eukaryotic and the prokaryotic. Now I am not going to make again the same diagram. So this both diagram represent the that is eukaryotic part. So that both are coming under the eukaryotes, right? Next we are going to take the prokaryote. So that both the structure are indicate the eukaryotic cell. And next what we are going to draw here, that is going to indicate the prokaryote cell. If you see the structure of bacterial cell or prokaryotic cell, then firstly we are taking the meaning of that prokaryote. Pro means primitive and karyons means the nucleus, means they have the primitive type of nucleus. So if they having the primitive type of nucleus, that means they don't have the nuclear bounded organelles. So if you see the structure of the bacterial cell, so they are the double membrane structure. Membrane is the double here. Double membrane structure is there. Plus they have the flagella, which is going to participate in the locomotion. They have some cilia, small cilia, which is going to help in the attachment of any surface, means they are going to help in the attachment. Next we have some structure here which is known as the mesosome. So that is the mesosome, which is actually act like the mitochondria. And we have the DNA here, circular DNA. So if you remember, in case of the plant, they have the double helical structure of DNA, like this. And in case of the prokaryote or the bacteria, they having the circular DNA. So why it is happen? It is happen because of the histone protein. Histone protein. In case of the bacteria, histone protein is absent. In case of the plant, histone protein is present. So that because of the presence of histone protein, the structure is double helical and here the structure is circular. Now come to next. They have the nucleus. Actually, they have the, instead of nucleus, they have the nucleoid. So in case of the plant cell, the nucleus is bounded with the nuclear envelope and the nuclear membrane. The nucleolus is also there, and the material, that chromatin material is there, like that. Likewise the picture is present in the case of the eukaryote, but here the structure is slightly different, means nucleus is somehow present, that is the part of the nucleolus, right? And here the material which is present inside the nucleus is just spread like that, because they don't have any type of the membrane bounded structure, so that it is called the nucleoid. Clear? That is called the nucleoid. Now next is what? They having the single chromosome, right? And centriole is absent here, and the structure like the ribosome is present, right? And the bacterial cytoplasm is present here. So if you see the difference point, as you know, we already discussed about the plant cell and the animal cell. Now here we are going to discuss about the difference between bacterial cell and the plant cell. Means that eukaryote and prokaryote. So the term prokaryotes means primitive type of nucleus they have. They lack the membrane bound structures and the membrane bound organelle. In case of the eukaryote, they have a good and modern, means U means modern, or we can say the newer one type of carrion, means the nucleus, so that they are having the all membrane bound structure, right? Next, what we see here, in case of plant, in case of the eukaryote, they have the one chromosome, right? Means more than one chromosome. Here you can see more than one chromosome they're having. But in case of the prokaryote, they have the single chromosome. Single chromosome. Clear? And their structure, if you see the prokaryote size, is generally 1 to 10 micrometer, and in case of the prokaryote, they have the 5 to 100 micrometer, right? And the nuclear region is poorly defined due to the absence of the nuclear membrane, which is known as the nucleoid. So here we have the structure which is present in the prokaryotes, that is the nucleoid, right? Membrane bound cell organelles is absent in case of the prokaryote, and in case of the eukaryote, they're having that all structure. Centriole is absent here also. Here you can see absence of the centriole. So how they are going to divide? They are divided with the help of the division, like the binary fission and the the nuclear division, this type. Nuclear division means that nucleide is present here. So nuclear division, we can say the cytoplasm is going to divide, then this one part is going to divide. It's just like if you having that, if you know about that case of the amoeba, right? Next point, we can say that that type of prokaryotic cell are present in the blue green algae, which is actually known as the cyanobacteria. That is type of bacteria which having this type of cell wall and the structure. And the next one example, we can say the bacteria itself, that bacteria, cyanobacteria. Bacteria is the different, and the blue green algae, that is the different category of the bacteria. So here we can write the bacteria also. And in the case of the eukaryote, everyone know the example of the eukaryotes, that plant cell and the animal cell and fungi. Animal and plant. So that is all about that particular structure. Last topic is the mitosis and meiosis. Okay, let's see the another that mitosis and meiosis. So that is actually coming under the cell division. When cell is going to divide, so that division takes place in the two types. One is the mitosis, and another is the meiosis. In case of the mitosis, that is known as a equational division, and this one is known as the reductional division. So that one happen in the somatic cells. Somatic cells means all the body cells doing that mitosis process, and that particular condition occur in the gametic cell. If you see the structure, means that example of the mitosis or meiosis. So one cell having the 10 number of chromosomes, just suppose it. So it is divided to form the two cells, and each cell having the same number of the chromosome. So that is the case of the mitosis. And in case of the meiosis, if the number of chromosome is 10, so it is going to give rise to two daughter cell, and each daughter cell having the 5 number of chromosome. So that is happen in the gametic condition, and that one happen in the somatic condition, right? So, and if you see in case of the human being, the number of chromosome is 23. Means in a pair, it is present in a 23 manner. So that is the one pair. Likewise, they have all 23 pairs. So that last pair of chromosome is known as the sex chromosome. They are either X and X or they are X and Y. In case of the male, they are XY, and in case of the female, they are X and X. And that all 1 to 22 pair of the chromosome is known as the autosome. Clear? So in the human being, all the number of chromosome in a all set, if you count that all set 1 2 3 4 5 6 likewise, so it is the 46, and you reduce it, it becomes the 23. So this is all about this chapter. Your chapter is finished here. So what you have to do, you have to write the notes, you have to mention the diagram, you have to write the question answer. That's it. So thank you so much for watching it.